not know, my name is Gisela Maldonado. I am a junior, and Dr. Raul has given me the privilege to sing with these two amazing, talented singers. He's There's a hero if you look inside your heart. You don't have to be afraid of who you are. There's an answer if you reach it in your soul, and the sorrow that you know will disappear. And then a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside, and you know you can't survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, and you'll finally see the truth, that a hero lies in you. Comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside, and you know you can't survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, and you'll finally see the truth, that a hero lies in you.
Wow, that was awesome. You guys are all heroes, and you guys are heroes for singing that song.
You're a hero.
Okay, who said that? Love you. Okay, the next person is Marilyn Hallstrom with Dedication.
sure that we can have a good education and a great future. I have a quote by a bard. When on the brink of complete discouragement, success is discerning that the line between failure and success is so fine that often a single extra effort is all that needed, that is to bring victory out of defeat. That's what I believe dedication is. Even if you fail after trying your hardest, you will get up and keep going. And that's all.
Martinez, class of 2011. Without further ado, I would like to introduce Danielle Gabriel, dancing her solo.
Be up there, girl.
I'm so tired of being here, suppressed by all my childish fears. And if you have to leave, I wish that you would just leave, 'cause your presence still lingers here. And it won't leave me alone. These wounds won't seem to heal. This pain is just too real. There's just too much that time cannot erase. When you cried, I wipe away all of your tears. When you scream, I fight away all of your fears. And I
everybody. Just off the bat, I'd like to apologize for the attire I'm wearing. I kind of didn't get the memo for dressing up today. Don't really have a speech prepared, unfortunately for you guys, because I'm over 2. I've been pretty busy around here lately. Just got off the field yesterday with baseball, and so you guys are all probably all sick of hearing about baseball all the time now, but it's been a great ride, and I think a lot of our school motto is really present in that team. I'll try to stay off the baseball topic for you guys too much. Don't want to make that what this is all about. My cousin graduated from here last year. Drew Morvick. And he had a quote that he told me one time, he really lived by it. It's, strive for perfection, achieve greatness. And, that really hit me. And, just as Josh spoke about passion, it's something that you really got to discover here. And, fortunately, in myself, I know I discovered it here, and, it goes deeper than what I ever thought it would be. Excellence. To me, you can't have excellence without the rest of our acronym that we have here. To achieve true excellence in your life, you have to have that passion and for what you're doing in your life. That's something that we all have to discover somehow, some way. And, it comes at very different times. And, really respect for the places and the opportunities that you get. First of all, I'd like to thank our administration for, allowing me to speak here today. I really appreciate that. That was a great honor for me to be up here. And, I feel really privileged for you guys giving me this opportunity. Excuse me for being a little jittery up here, guys. I'll explain that in a minute. It goes really a lot along with with my own testimony up here that I'd like to share with you guys today. Like I said, it takes a lot of integrity and a lot of principles to be able to accomplish your goals in your life. And, it's not a very easy thing to do sometimes. So it takes a special person to be able to do what all of us out here have done today. As you can see, there's people who fell short. There's people who didn't make it to where you guys are sitting today. And for that, you guys should applaud yourselves, because you guys have come yourself with the conviction to get the job done and do what it takes to come out here and be able to graduate on Thursday. And that's something that you guys should really be proud of in yourselves. It takes everything that the school is about, everything that Dr. Rose brought with this PRIDE acronym. It takes everything, and every single one of you have had that in some aspect of your life to be able to be here today. Try not to be, too emotional up here. A lot of you guys just know me as a baseball guy up here. I've been fortunate enough to play on the baseball team for 3 years. I've only spent 3 years at this high school. And to be honest, guys, this wasn't my first choice of school. I really tried to go somewhere else. Family circumstances and financial stuff caused me to have to be up here. And me, I'm a man of God, and I know everything happens for a reason. I'm very proud, and I'm very happy that I ended up here. Some of my biggest things in my life I discovered and I got through while I was here. There may be only a handful of people in this room who know this about me. I've lived my whole life with Tourette syndrome, so that's something I've really struggled with my entire life. And a lot of times it's been hard. It's been hard for me to accept it. It's something that I've lived with my own family, tried to keep a secret. Just something that I didn't know how to accept. But coming here was really really what helped me come out and be able to accept it in myself, because these values that we've talked about today have really been instilled in my life and myself to the point where I have a passion for what I'm doing. I have a passion that goes beyond the baseball field, beyond the classroom. I know where my goals are and what I want to be. I respect everything, all the processes and everything that I need to go through, and I respect everything that it's going to take to get through this. I don't see it as a something that's going to hold me back. Our administration has really been there for me personally. They've done a great job of accepting me and who I am and what I, just as a person, and what I do outside the fact of my Tourette syndrome. I don't know how much you guys understand what I'm saying here. It's really hard for me to get my words together, but it's something that's been a major part of my life and that I've really struggled with. So for me to be able to stand up here and publicly say that about myself is really, for me just feels like a very big personal step, and that I'm really accepting myself. And this is hard. This is hard for me, guys. It really is. But these principles that we've been given at this school. That we've been instilled with at the school have done more in my life than anything else, and there's been so many people at the school who have meant so much to me and really pushed me and encouraged me in every aspect of my life to achieve excellence. Excellence isn't something that just comes by by luck. It's something that I feel like I've had to work hard for, and I know every single one of you guys out there have had to work hard for. Parents, students, administration, everybody. I just want to thank you guys for the opportunity to be here today. I don't know how much I touched on the actual excellence, but you guys should be very proud of where you are today. It's really hard for me to be up here. Like I said, I've been pretty busy running around. Unfortunately, I didn't have an actual speech prepared for you guys today. But I would like to thank you guys for the opportunity to be up here today, and congratulations to everybody, because you guys are excelling.
Your uniqueness, we love you exactly the way you are, and we wish you well at President's Day. Our next performance is going to be by Miss Elvira's contemporary group, so please enjoy.
Oh, baby.
I let it fall, my heart, and as it fell, you rose to claim it.
concludes our student performances and conversations for today. So why don't we give them all another round of applause. Open for any teachers who want to make any comments. I know this is... Oh, thank you very much. I am so proud of you guys. Well, this caught me by surprise. I really am speechless, but I'm going to think of something. Anyway, I just want to tell you I love all you guys, and I have been so blessed to be your teacher and honored. It has been a fabulous year. Like I told my classes, the best in 25 years. You taught my students well. You know, you guys are so awesome. I mean, the pride, the love, the respect. I mean, I don't know if a lot of you know this, but my class gave me a party the other day with a cake and a card and a picture. And I mean, that just touched my heart like I was Teacher of the Year. But you know, I always heard, I don't want to say bad things about tahquitz, but when I came to tahquitz, I got all kinds of question marks from the other side of town. And it was a God thing, I really believe it. And He placed me here, and you've been a blessing in my life. And I'm so proud of you, and thank you for letting me touch yours. Very much. The dark side, the red side of town, the bulldog side of town. And each and every one of you welcomed her with Titan arms, and she has become a Titan lover, Titan queen. Thank you, Miss Otis. Miss Nicole.
There's been a lot of hard work that's gone into this year, and I'm so proud of everyone who came up here to speak on that PRIDE acronym. I remember about 6-7 years ago when Dr. Rowe and I met with a few other people to get this school going, and we had a dream for all of you. And I'm seeing it happening. You're our third graduating class, and it's very exciting. What I love so much about the students here, Ms. Otis mentioned, is the kindness. You guys are really great. You have a big heart, and you have a bright future. And I want you to have that hope. I want you to continue to strive for the excellence Tim was talking about, and be those people of integrity that we will continue to be excited about. And come back. I love when the seniors come back and let me know how they're doing. So continue that spirit of excellence. I'm so proud of you. I can't do this.
My name is Kim Marshall, and I came here last year, and I came from the dark side too. And I just want to tell you all that I love this school. The kids are so great here. You guys treat our students with so much kindness. It really touches our hearts, and I just want to thank you all for being so nice to our kids, because over at the other school, they weren't always so kind to our kids the way you guys have been. You've opened your arms to them and just accepted them and made them feel so much a part of this school. So I really want to thank you and congratulate each and every one of you.
Good morning. I'm not one for speeches at all, but after hearing Josh Mendiola start us off, and then with the last ladies speaking, I wasn't sure last summer when Ms. Mesa assigned me to teach economics this year. As many of you knew, it took me 7 years to get through school. And yes, I did fail economics, so kind of was like a trial run, but all in all, to keep it short, I know a lot of you want to get out of here, get your tickets. And get started with the graduation process, but again, thank you very much for making this year the absolute best. I know I don't say much. A lot of you are probably like, ugh, but I had a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed all 4 of my classes, first and second semester. You guys definitely made coming to work not even feeling like work, and it was a great, great school year. Yes, and TGIM. So thank you once again for everything. I do hope that I do see a lot of you keeping in contact, stopping by, emailing. I still don't have Facebook or Twitter, but please keep in contact as Ms. Sinclair and Mrs. Otis mentioned. So thank you once again. You guys have a great, great rest of the week and an awesome summer. Thank you.
Anybody else? Going once. Oh, Miss McGowan. Right. I just have to say that coming over here. Oh, thanks. All right. Coming over here from middle school was terrifying, to say the least. But I do have to admit that I spend more time on this campus with you than I do my own family, and I thought that I would probably at this point want to go home and see my own family, but I do have to say that all of you have your stories and you sharing them with me have become my family, and I have to keep it together these next few days because I have a huge show to run for tomorrow. But I am just going to break down, I know, Friday, just because not seeing you guys every day is going to be really hard for me. As a teacher, I was always rules, rules, rules. As an activities director, I'm definitely more about the fun. I've gotten to know so many of you. I'm so proud of you. And I do have to say that with graduation, I've been so stressed out. And then last night I realized I'm not stressed out because I'm going to let down Miss Hinton or Mesa or Hine or Rowe. I don't want to let down you. So I just want you to know that I'm working hard to make sure that your graduation is memorable, that it is the best yet. And I just have to say that I do cherish each and every one of you. I'm so proud of you, and I love you guys very much. Before I pass on the mic to Miss Jean Heather Hine, I'm going to ask you to stand up and applaud your teachers again this year. It is my distinct pleasure to introduce to you Pastor John Scott. Some of you may be familiar with Mr. Scott because he actually is a senior pastor for Community Christian here in Hemet. And he's actually very familiar with this theater because they hold their services here every Sunday morning. You can't come. Bring your friends. So, what you need to know about Pastor Scott is that he is committed to tahquitz students and family and community. And he's here today to speak with you, and I want you to give him a roaring round of applause.
Let's see how good they are with the lights. There you go. Well, it is so good to be here. I'm really honestly far less formal than this most of the time. I was sitting in Starbucks this morning before I came here, and 4 people asked me if I had a funeral. I said, no, I get to go talk to seniors at tahquitz, and I was really looking forward to that. But I was a little thrown off today when Tim walked up with the Bulldogs t-shirt. I just seemed odd, and then I realized it was Fresno State, so I was, oh, okay, that makes sense. I don't know why a senior from here would have a Him at High t-shirt on. That's all right. I live right behind Him at High, actually, so I'm from the dark side, but it's good to be here, too. And we actually have students from our church in all 4 high schools, so even though I enjoy the rivalry stuff, I root for all 4 high schools, and it's a little confusing sometimes for me. But I love watching you guys in football, and in baseball, and in basketball, and in volleyball. And I've seen a lot of sports over the last few years, and I appreciate watching you guys. Got some great talent here. But today was really phenomenal. I loved this last year too. I love watching you do what you do and show your passion and your talent in those ways. We can talk about pride. And I'm gonna go back a few years. Actually, it's a whole lot of years because I was in elementary school, so it's a long time ago. All right, I'm officially old. But when I was in 4th and 5th and 6th grade and all that, I was living in Denver, Colorado, and that's why I'm a huge Bronco fan. I am. And I know some of you are Raiders fans. That only means that you've had to stab somebody to be a Raiders fan. But I'm a Broncos fan. So anyway, I grew up, all my elementary years were in Aurora, Colorado, and I was on a little football team that was a city champs 2 years in a row. And one game, it was like my 5th grade year, one game I played wide receiver, and we ran like a reverse play, and I scored 2 touchdowns in one game. And so I wasn't big, but I was fast. And I was just afraid to get tackled, so I ran fast. So I was running. So the coach got us all together. We all take a knee in the middle of the field, and he says, "Hey, John," he says, "why did you score 2 touchdowns today?" And I get in 5th grade. I'm like, "Because I was faster than their team?" And he goes, "No, because your team blocked for you." I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I guess that was important too." That was my first lesson. Like one of my early real lessons in the value of teamwork and in the value of what we've been talking about this morning. Because what hit me earlier in the week was the idea of pride is typically a negative thing. I don't know if you realize that. And the Bible actually says pride comes before the fall, before destruction. But there is a good pride too. Like we can take great pride in what we accomplish together. We can take great pride in what you've been able to accomplish so far in your life. You've gotten to this point, and it's taken a lot of work and it's taken a lot of effort. In fact, Mr. Borden, your teacher, he said it took him 7 years to get through school, and it took me 7, but that was just junior high. So I know it takes a lot of work, and it takes a lot of work to do what you guys have done. When our team went to Kenya a couple of years ago, and we're getting ready to go back in 2 weeks, when we went to Kenya, we go and work in the slums in Nairobi. I just want to describe this for you for a second. These kids grow up in an area that's like a square mile. It would be similar to the size of this property, tahquitz High School. And between 850,000 and 1 million people live in that space. No public restrooms, by the way. So there's just shack after shack after shack after shack. They're all connected. And so then you have rooms that are about 8 by 10 or 6 by 10, and a family of 6 or 8 will live in that little room. And one of the things we discovered is when we're there and we're working, we're helping with their schools and stuff like that. We adopted a school. People from our church actually adopted over 100 kids so that they can go to school. And when we go in 2 weeks, we get to see our little guy. His name's Egan. I can't wait to see him again. He's in 2nd grade now. And so I get to go see him. But when we go and do this, one of the things that happens when they get to the middle school level, if they still have support from people like us and some other place in the world, they get to go out of the slums for the first time in their life, and they get to go to a boarding school. Now, what's amazing is these 7th and 8th graders, they actually go to school 7 days a week, and they are really trying to achieve, really trying to perform. But when they get to boarding school, they have dormitories, and they have like bunk beds like you've seen like at camp or whatever. One of the things they have is a problem the first several weeks is that just about every kid there wets their bed in middle school. And so I'm like, what? What are you talking about? And they said, no, when they're in the slum, when the night time starts, they're not allowed to go outside because they could be raped, beaten, murdered, whatever. So they don't ever go outside at dark. And so they just go to the bathroom on the floor where they're sleeping. And they come to the boarding school and they're still afraid to leave their bed and even go down to the restrooms. I thought, man, I have never had that experience, you know. And then it hit me that a lot of them have gotten to that point, and they could take, you know, great pride in the fact that they've made it that far, they worked hard, and they studied. But you can't take pride in the sense that, hey, I did this on my own. You know, the right kind of pride embraces the weak. It realizes that I had, you know, parents and grandparents and teachers and friends that were all a part of me getting to where I am now. And I had to do things, and I had to make choices, and so do you. But this is about we, and the right kind of a pride embraces the we. One of the things we've tried to do with our church over the last, I've been here 25 years, but one of the things we've tried to do is make sure that our church is the kind of a church that makes a difference in the community. Because the wrong kind of pride actually steps on people to accomplish your purpose. But the right kind of pride helps build people up to do something that's bigger than all of us. And so we've tried to be a church that reaches out into the community, builds up the community, and instead of just being a place that just takes up space on the weekend. And in reality, this is one of our locations. We meet here at Sundays at 10. You're welcome to come. And I heard somebody say they want to get here. We'd love to have you here. And we do have a property across from the Dark Side building. Our other property is right across the street from the Hemet High Football Stadium. And we did Easter this year at that stadium, and we loved it. It was an amazing experience. But I've already talked to Dr. Rowe. In about 2 more years, we want to try to do it here at this stadium too. Just saying. So anyway, I want to just say, that when we are trying to be the kind of people that we want to be, the right kind of pride, we're going to be the kind of people that lift other people up and build them up and help them. And one of the reasons you guys get to talk with such pride about your school is because you have teachers and administration that have been doing that in you for 4 years. They've been building you up. They've been elevating you. A couple weeks ago, my wife was here. She substitutes Mrs. Scott. If she's taking away your phone, yeah, that's my wife. And so she was in one of her classes. This is the truth. She was in one of her classes, and somebody took her Kindle. And it actually belonged to our daughter, but Michelle was borrowing it. But I'm going to tell you this. Mr. Rowe went into the classrooms and just said, hey, I expect more of you guys. You guys are great. You guys are great students. And they turned that back in. I'm telling you, the reason they turned it back in is because I think there's an expectation here. There's a pride, you know, and we could look at all those things, you know, passion and respect and integrity and dedication and excellence. There is that is woven through everything that happens around here. It's not that bad things don't happen, they do. But when you have a group and an administration and teachers who, with the right kind of pride, are building you up to be something better than you could ever be on your own, then you know you've been in a great place. What you do from now on, though, is really on you. And so I just want to encourage you, even when you leave this place, to have the right kind of pride. Not the kind of pride that steps on people to achieve your dreams, but the kind of pride that builds other people up to accomplish something that they could never do on their own. And maybe that's going to be at school, the next level. Maybe that's going to be in a career. Maybe that's going to be with a family. But part of what you're going to get to do throughout the rest of your life is to be able to build other people up. You can take pride in that. That's the right kind of pride. And one of the things I wanted to finish with was just a quick story about another trip I had. I was in Cambodia a few years ago, and we were working with some churches there. And what we did after the training time is we run around and we visited some people out in the outlying areas. And I don't know, you probably don't know that much about Cambodian history, but Pol Pot came in and killed millions of people. If anybody could read or they had an education, he just killed them so he could start with a brand new generation. And the people who are responsible, the soldiers, are actually in the northwest area of Cambodia, and that's where the churches that we were working with are. And so some of the people who killed all these people, now these people's relatives are helping them find out that there's a God who has grace and forgiveness and love. And so we were actually in one of those places. These are the people responsible for all that murder, and yet now people are going back to them and telling them that there's a God that cares about them. But we were on this trip, and it was late in the day. We'd been on the road for like 12 hours, and they said, we just need to stop. There's about 7 of us on this trip. And they said, we need to stop. And so they found a little place where we could kind of just bunker down for the night. And the best way I can describe it is a little building with one hallway and 4 or 5 rooms on each side. The best way I can describe that is that these rooms would rent out by the half hour. Think about that one for a minute. It was a whorehouse, is what it was. And so we went in, nobody else was there, and they just said, you guys can rent out the whole place, we're done for the day. And so we walked in, literally walked in, and they said, okay, you sleep here, you sleep here, you sleep here. I walked in this little room, and the sheets were so filthy. I know a CSI would have just gone berserk with their black lights. It was so bad. I swore I would not lay down, and I would sleep in the corner. So I got kind of comfortable in the corner, and I told myself, wherever, because I was with all Cambodians. I said, wherever they go, I'll go. Wherever they eat, I'll eat. I'm along for the ride. So I kind of got myself propped up in the corner. I said, I'm not getting my sleep tonight, but I'm not getting in that bed. He sat there. About a half hour later, there's a knock on the door, and our leader said, we decided we can't stay here. So I walked out and went, you sissies. But I realized, man, there's times in life where I'm in way over my head. Way over my head. But I have to rely on the people that are in my life. And God has placed some pretty special people in your life, family and friends. And along for this ride for 4 years, your teachers and your administration. And I just want to say thank you for being the senior class of 2012. And I would love to know that in 2 years from now, in 10 years from now, in 30 years from now, you're still making an impact because of the pride you have. Can I just pray for you? Is that okay? I don't want to offend anybody. I just want to pray for you. Father, I thank you so much for this class. I thank you for the way you've wired them. In fact, we talked about passion today, and I know you've given each one of them a unique, special passion. And I ask God that through the graduation and through the celebration, that they can see this as a huge launching point in their life. This is as far as I've done so far, but there is so much more yet to do. And so God, continue to build into their life that passion and that respect and that integrity, that dedication and that excellence. God, thank you for them and be a blessing through them. In the name of Jesus, I pray. Amen. Amen. Thank you.
Anything. Good morning. Okay, let's see if I can finish a sentence before I start falling apart. I'm just a weepy mess. I want to talk to you just briefly about the words thank you. We take that for granted a lot. And not just kids, but adults do also. And it's extremely important. And I think that we take it for granted because we sometimes just assume. We assume that people know that we appreciate them. We assume that they know I meant to thank them. Well, you know, I caught her eye. She was a teacher. I think that I should kind of lead by example. And so I want to just a couple of quick thank yous. I love you guys too. You know what? I'm going to save my first one for last since you guys did that. You guys were going to be my second thank you, and this is why. I feel like I started it at tahquitz as a freshman with you guys. I left a school where total family. It was home. I was there for 9 years, and when I came to tahquitz, I have to be honest, it was a job. It was one that I loved. It was one that I was excited about, but it was a job. It was a new place to get acclimated to. And I kind of have grown on this campus with you guys. And over the course of the last year and a half, I can honestly say that tahquitz is home. And so I thank you for kind of being there step by step with me. And then my final thank you is to Dr. Rowe. Rowe, Henson, and Hine know firsthand that I'm not always easy. But what they hopefully also know is that I am truly passionate about kids and about education, and that I do what I do because I really, really love it. And Dr. Rowe, probably unlike most principals, has allowed me to be me and has allowed me to lead under the PRIDE acronym the best way that I know how for this school. And so I thank him, I thank tahquitz, staff, other students, and I specifically thank and congratulate the class of 2012. And now I'd like to turn the mic over to parents. We've got about 15 minutes where parents or students who might want to come up and just briefly take the mic and do their own public thank yous of appreciation.
Good morning. Most of you know me. I'm Joy. I work in ASD, and I'll get to see all of you today. What some of you may not know is my daughter, Alexandria Burton, is graduating this year. And I'm not normally an overly emotional person, but I've had a lot going on this week, and I still have a lot more to go. I just want to tell Allie, and I don't think I tell her enough, that she exemplifies every part of Titan Pride to me. She attacks every obstacle with passion. She respects everyone she meets. She has personal integrity in everything she does. She's dedicated to you. She's dedicated to her family. And she takes pride in what she does, and she does an excellent job at it. This year, when Ms. McGowan came, she started with trying to instill some community service projects. One of the ones that she did was the Pink Out, where we sold a bunch of pink shirts for breast cancer. What a lot of you may not realize is right after that, Allie stepped up and said, you know what? I have diabetes, and we don't really recognize that. She tried to start a movement for the month of November for Silver Rush. Unfortunately, at that particular football game, it kind of got rained out. And I want to recognize her for trying to start something here that most of you don't realize what it is. In some way or another, most of you have been touched by diabetes, whether it be type 1 or type 2. Allie lives with that every day. So that's why I think she's so passionate about it. Hopefully next year, with her sister coming in, she'll be able to continue that. Allie, I just want you to know, as you end this chapter in your life, I hope that with everything you've learned here at tahquitz with Titan Pride, and everything we've taught you as you've grown up, that we've prepared you for the future, and everything that you do. And I love you, and your dad loves you.
Hello to the senior class of 2012. It is a great honor to be speaking to all of you today. As I look around this room, I look into your eyes and I see a lot of you wondering if you're going to make it. I ask of you to believe in your feelings and trust in your hearts and in your souls that you are a winner. I want to thank all of you for allowing me to share in the 4.5 years here at tahquitz High School. Hold on to your dreams, hold your head up high, and don't be afraid to press on forward. The last 4 years I have been truly blessed and honored to share with my son, Stephen Andrew Morales. Him and his friends have shared with me the best 4 years of my life. I never went to school, so I don't know what it's like to be in high school, but I do today. I'm so honored that I got to have the chance to be a person that was able to help out you young people by working in the snack bars and cooking for you young men and women. Most of you know me as Mama M, tahquitz Titan's #1 fan. I'm only going to say this one more time. I feel so very honored and beyond blessed to have shared the last 4 years with my son and all of you young people. Don't be afraid to press on forward to all your dreams. So as you leave here, please take with you all that you can before stepping out into this big world of life. Thank you, and goodbye to the senior class of 2012.
Right up here so I can't see you. I've introduced myself to quite a few of you. Just recently I've said, hi, I'm Jackie Campion's mom. And it honors me to say that. It really does. She brings so much joy to me. And, that's so crying. I have more than one daughter in this room. I do. I've acquired daughters and some sons. Of course, men. Men, I love you, men. Eric, you know Eric. Yeah, so I speak to not just to Jackie, but I speak to you girls. I've been in my home who I've shared in our life, and our food, and our music, and our family gatherings. I speak to you when I say this to Jackie as well. You are leaving some big shoes to fill, Jackie. You really are. She has little sisters below her that look up to her, not only because she's super tall, but because she's awesome. You have always been so aware of your surroundings, an old soul, as we often say about you. I hope this will keep you on track to make the difference you so desire to make in this world. It is with great confidence we send you off to start your journey in life. We pray that you will always follow your heart, walk in integrity, stay true to yourself, and keep your faith. I can't wait for the day we say, congratulations, Dr. Campion. I love you, Gina. Congratulations to you all, class of 2012.
I am not like Josh. I hate public speaking, but there are two things in this world that I love: my boys and embarrassing my boys.
I love you, Mom!
Kind-hearted, thoughtful, sincere, resourceful, witty. These are words that others have used to describe my son, BJ. I am proud of BJ because he chooses to use his mind and his words during confrontation instead of his size and his strength. If you've seen my son, he's a big boy. I am proud of BJ because he does not judge others. He sees the good in everybody. Many call him friend. I am proud of the boy that you were, and I'm proud of the man that you are becoming. My son wants to be an actor when he grows up. You are a star friend. Go shine.
I am afraid to speak in public, but I'm going to do it for my daughter because I am really proud of her. And I want to thank my daughter because I don't know if you know this about her, but my daughter, for 9 years, she shared her room with hundreds of kids. Some of them were nice to her, some of them were mean, and maybe that's why they taught her to have the attitude she has. But I know that she's going to make it because she's a beautiful daughter, she's smart, she has attitude, but most of all, she has heart. And I'm very proud of her and very proud of all of you. You guys made it.
What's up, everybody? Everybody's getting a little emotional right now. Well, I'm a little sick right now, so I'm losing my voice. But I love you too. I want to say that I'm really proud of you guys as of 2012. It's been a crazy ride, you know. We went through a lot lately. I'm pretty sure everybody's gone through their own obstacles and stuff. But, I mean, we made it through the end of the year. We're graduating tomorrow, and everyone's on their way to, you know, their future and to do everything they want. I'm proud of all of you, and I want to thank everyone, staff members, principals, everyone, you know, who made an impact in my life. And to my friends Destiny and Bea and all of you, you know, Cameron, everybody, you guys have been a big part of my life, you too, Isaac. And I want to say thank you to all of you, and I love you, and I'm really proud of you, and my teachers too. Congratulations, everybody.
Okay, we're down to about 5 minutes, so if anybody wants to make that public display of appreciation.
Hi, most of you guys know me. I'm Rachel Lee. I've gone here all 4 years, you know. There was times where it was so hard to wake up, and I just had a lot of problems in my house, and it was so nice to come to school to all of you guys. And you guys just helped me through it, helped me grow. I don't think you guys know how much you've touched my heart, and like all of the teachers, you know, you've really helped me grow through the years, and it's been so nice. Like, I'm so proud to be part of the 2012 tahquitz class.
I love you, Rachel!
We made it, you guys.
Good morning, class of 2012. First, just real quick, I want to give a big shout out to all the teachers, the administration, and the parents that are here for us today. One big shout out to the boys baseball team yesterday. Sorry about the loss, but don't hang you guys' head. You guys did good. You guys are real good. We have one more day until we walk and basically be out on our own, or in a way. This may sound a little corny, but I'm a big football fan, so when I was watching the draft, Robert Griffin III said, go catch your dreams, because a lot of times when you chase something, you can't catch it. And anybody who knows me knows I don't run fast. So, you know, I'm going to go strive and catch my dream. I hope the best for all of us in the near future and for many years to come. Basically, high school has been giving me a lot of memories. It's been, to be honest, the best time of my life. I know it sounds corny, but coming from where I come from, it's helped me a lot.
Yes, Steven.
I want to just share a couple of little memories. To Mr. Borden's sarcasm in class. Miss Brady calling me Bruno during Cassie prep. I don't know if Brady's here or not, but call me Bruno, and shattering my collarbone when I was a freshman. And most of all, playing under the Friday Night Lights with all my dogs. And just to sum it up, man, just to give a big shout out to, again, the class of 2012. We are the best. Shout out to all my teammates, my best friends, Adolfo, Lupe, Cruz. Sorry, Laura, Cruz. Leslie, G-Money, Nick. Most importantly, my mom. I love you so much. And rest in peace, Uncle Scott. I know you're here. And Uncle Mitch, I love you.
To speak in public either. I don't, and I know I'm gonna get really emotional. My daughter, my princess. Look at you, baby. And there was a point where I thought she was not gonna graduate. Yeah, this smart girl right here. Her attitude. She's so strong. She's wow, beautiful. Just beautiful. I remember when your father first gave you a sucker, and you were like, and we were just talking about that, and look at where you are today. She only came here because I know she needed a change. And this school, I don't know most of the teachers. I work nights, so I don't get to be involved too much because I'm asleep during the day. But what you guys did for her and where she's going, I'm so proud, and I want to thank you guys. I want to thank the teachers, the administration, because there was a point that she was not going to make it, and she came here for a change, and you guys helped her. And I'm just so proud of her right now. I'm so proud. Look at my princess. So you guys know tomorrow, I'm going to be the loudest one out there. Rock on! Woo! Class of 2012!
Okay, most of you guys know that I really don't say that I have a dad, but this man right here, he's been here since I was 2 months.
I don't usually do this, but I just want to thank my parents for pushing me to do my best this year, and without them, I wouldn't have made it this far. And I want to thank my dance team. And some friends I've known since kindergarten, Diego and Oscar and Ernesto. Winchester. I just want to thank them for being here this whole time. And everybody else, class of 2012.
Well, hi guys. I've never done public alone. I'd really like to have Miss Hinton and Dr. Rowe come up here for a second, if you could. Miss Mason, come here. And Miss Hine. I didn't see where she was at. These four right here, they've got us this far. And tomorrow, we have to say goodbye to them. 4 years ago, I didn't think I was going to make it this far. I've had my own struggles, of course, obviously, wheelchair. And I really got to thank a lot of you guys as well as our killer APs
and our killer principal, who have made this so fun and so just easy to get through, for getting us this far. And a lot of my teachers, I don't know if any of my teachers are actually out there, but you know, I've got to thank them too, and my mom and my dad for pushing me. And I know I've been a heck of a student to deal with when it comes to academics. I'm not that easy, but I definitely just want to thank you guys. You have made this an epic adventure, and I'm sorry that it's time to end it. And I thank you, and I love you all.
Who couldn't be here today, and my stepmother, Amy Weiss. Yeah! My brothers, Andrew, Alex, and Max. Max doesn't go here. But being here, my beginning freshman year, I didn't do well. And I was going to fail. I wasn't going to walk. But because of administration, because of missed work, and because of each and every one of my teachers, I managed to get my grades up, and now I can walk and be with everybody who's as smart and as dedicated as I am. And that's a great honor for me. That's the greatest honor that I've ever had in my life. So I just want to say thank you to everybody, to my family, and to all the administration. You're welcome. Enjoy the rest of your lives, because we got the rest to live!
Hello, tahquitz Titans. My name is Lala. I am Eric Hilliard's mother. Some of you know him as Arab. I want to give a special thanks to tahquitz for being tahquitz. This is the first school that Eric has attended where he didn't have to worry about the gangs and the drugs and just being able to enjoy school. And I want to thank Eric for having patience with me, because I pushed and pushed and pushed because I knew he had it in him. I want to give a special thanks to Dr. Rowe and Miss Hinton. They've been like extended family. And I want to give a special thanks to all of you that are going to go out and serve your country after graduation, including my son, Eric. Eric is the second of 25 grandchildren that my mother has. It's not me, I only have 2, that's my brothers. proud to say that he's standing here before you as the first of 25 grandchildren to graduate high school. I was the first in my family to graduate college. Eric has exceeded my expectations by far. He's risen the bar, graduating with straight A's ahead in his credits. ASB Student of the Month, he's earned his varsity letter, and I'm just so proud of you.
I'm not much for speeches. I don't talk in front of people. I don't do that. That's not me. But I'm gonna try. I just want to thank everybody, staff, students, all the friends that I made. Coming to tahquitz, I really wasn't trying to make friends. I was trying to fly by and not meet anybody. But then, yes, yeah, I did a lot of things in my life. Some I'm not proud of, but beyond everything, I was happy that God blessed me to see another day, and I'm just happy to make all the friends that I made. You know, I'm really happy, and I want to thank my mom for just putting up with all this stuff that I did in my life. I just want to thank Mom, I love you.
Hi everyone. Bear with me because this is one of my biggest fears also is public speaking. About a month ago when they started this, I wanted to write the girls a poem. So I wrote this, and then I wanted to do something individual for them. I'm the mother of Elizabeth and Esmeralda Juarez. I don't know where to begin to tell you both how proud of you we all are. I can't believe how time has flown and how you've come so far. Forgive me when I stop and stare and tears fall from my eyes. Time flew by so quickly that it has taken me by surprise. I used to ask you both to stay little and always be my babies, yet over the years you continued to grow and have become beautiful ladies. Your futures hold so much in store. You will have quite a journey indeed. There is no doubt in my mind that when you put your minds to it, you both shall succeed. No matter where life leads you, no matter what you two do, I will always be your biggest fan and always there for you. I love you. And then Esmeralda, you are my tough girl who is challenged, who when challenged won't give up without a fight. You can play as hard as the boys and do anything that you put your heart and your mind into. Never give up and continue challenging yourself. Elizabeth, you never once even considered giving up your education, even though the odds were against you being a teen mom. You stuck with it, with Desiree by your side. You persevered, stick to it, and you will achieve your dreams. I love you girls. I'm very proud of you both. Thank you, tahquitz. You guys have done a lot to us. Congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Rowe.
was just disorienting. She said it's a long story, big investigation going on, but it would mean a lot to me if you would come to see her off. She was about 5'4", and walnut casket laid sideways in the church. Mom sat in the front row. Kids that graduated 2 years earlier, you could see the look on their face. Because at their graduation, the man got up and said, "Today is the first day of the rest of your life." What a lie. This will be the last time we will ever be together in the same room. You will never, ever be able to repeat May 30th, 2012. And when graduation ends, all the graffiti's on the field, trash, all that good stuff. For many of you, the next time you will see your classmate, it will feel very much like this. Flowers in front of an altar, in a casket. Because guess what? Not just old people die. Graduation tomorrow, not my thing. It's for your parents. This is my thing. Because if you're going to take anything from me, I want you to take this. Every moment counts. Mason nailed it. Those words, thank you. Those of you that are sitting here today without mom or dad in here, think about if the last communication you had with your parent, think about what that looked like. Think about the people close to you. And those of you in this room, and I think Stephen already shared, those of you that have lost people, you know, you don't get those moments back. And so when BJ comes up and says, "Rock and roll, baby," I'm right behind him, God willing. This conversation right now, this is only the test. When it's the real thing, you'll know it. So there are the pretty flowers. There's the casket. You're in it. What will people say about you? Because no one gives a rat's rear end about what you wanted to be. What they will remember is your last 24 hours on this planet. Were you the kind of person that when you said, "I promised," you kept your promises? Were you the kind of friend that, come hell or high water, 2 o'clock in the morning, I will be there for you? Because your story is just as important as mine. Or will you, when faced with that moment, will you back away? Sadly enough, as I listen to some of the responses in the room today, some of you have already sold out. Some of you have already convinced yourself that because you come from Hammond, California, or because you went to Tahquitz High School, or they made you the wrong color, the wrong weight, or your parents don't have enough money in the back pocket, and you can't go for what you deserve. And so you said, screw it. College isn't for me. That's for those kids. So what will they say about you? I sat and I watched the reactions of the students. Students who I had just seen walk across the stage 2 years earlier. And the reality hit them. And it wasn't just some jackass young principal standing up and saying, "Guys, trust me on this one, there's no guarantees." There isn't. So what if this is it? What principles would you die for? What principles would you live for? And how do you want to be remembered? So here she comes, your best friend. Comes up on the stage to the podium. They're not coming back. What will they say about you? Because in the end, the pride, I think Johnny nailed it. In the end, it's about contribution. Some of you in this room today, you contributed, I don't know. Some of you today, you're sitting there going, man, something's sticking here. Something's sticking here. There's a message here I'm supposed to take away from this. What will your life look like? And for those of you that are tired, bored, that's how you show up in your life. That little voice that goes on in your head, and you're asking yourself, what voice is really talking about? That's what I'm talking about. That will be the most important conversation you will ever have in your life. Every morning you get up, every night your head hits the pillow. What conversation are you having with you? My mom never got past 8th grade. I came home in 8th grade, watching my stepdad standing on top of her with a microwave in his hand, getting ready to slam it down on her. I came in, I tackled him out of the way. He came, threw me to the ground, stuck his thumbs right here in my tray. And I remember looking at the hatred in his eyes for me and seeing the pores in his skin open up as the sweat would bead on top of me. And as I felt myself, and you guys have known that have gone from consciousness to unconsciousness, when you feel yourself go, things begin to kind of, like a car accident, kind of slow down. You can't register it. Right when I felt myself going, I saw the image of my mom coming up behind him and breaking a chair. I had to go to school the next day. My PE coach, Bill Polson, former receiver of the 49ers, said, Michael, something's not right. And he asked me to take my shirt off because he could tell that there were hand marks on my neck. And when he saw the bruises, he broke down. He said, you will never go home to that again. 2 hours later, about 4 police officers, I was walked off campus in 8th grade in front of all my friends who thought, Bro must have done something. Never saw him again. Went to 3 different high schools. Every one of you in this room has a story. Every one of you in this room has a mom or dad who lived their own story. And somehow, in some way, you have ended up here. My belief is that's God giving you permission to have one hell of an extraordinary life. Don't do anything as absurd as being normal. Please don't. The world's filled with normal people. And normal people, by the age of about 60 or 65, are either dead or dead broke. See, some of you still think it's a joke. It's okay, it's a test. It speaks a lot about you. What will they say? If I could give the senior class president in 2012, my senior class president in 2013, if they would come on the stage right now. That would be Ali Bird tonight.
ASB? No?
This little statue, guys, if you can't see it, it's been beat up. It's about 12 years old. And it's buried about 13 students that have once stood around this. And it's called the Circle of Friends. And moments like this, I really think it's a time to reflect. You'll have all the time to shout, do your thing, and be excited for your hat, and then you wonder Saturday morning outlook. But reflect at this moment. Really reflect. What would they say about you? What would you want them to say? For that matter, who would speak? But with that, remember, at least for me, But today is the last day of the rest of your life. Make it count. With that being said, senior class president of 2012, senior class president of 2013. And I keep getting corrected. You all get a taste. Thank you. Handing, yeah. Any profound words for Madam ASU President of 2013? You can pass on to her in this class.
Here's the mic.
Rich, if I could get you to take a light real quick. If you look around, I can only assume that that last moment, that last breath, as it happened to a buddy of mine, you guys have heard about the car accident that happened this year in front of West Valley where I lost my best friend, same age as me. I drove by the site this morning where he went into the light pole next to West Valley. And the cross that once stood on the post had fallen down. Guys, as your principal, I love you with all of my heart and want you to remember this moment, because no matter how dark this room is, darkness cannot exist in the presence of light, no matter how small that light is. You are being commissioned by me, by your mom, your dad, those living and those not. Make your lives extraordinary. You were designed to be great. With that, class of 2013, your time here at tahquitz is done.